Good day, sir. I am Mary Grace Elmersola from BEd 3B. In this scenario present in your community, of course, yes. So what do you think the same other factors why this scenario exists? So I think that in my community, in this school, they lack of teachers, and I think that the teacher assigned in that grade, she transfers in another school because she cannot handle that kind of teaching, which is multi-grade. So next is, how is Mrs. Jones benefiting from her experience as a teacher at a multi-grade school? So Mr. Jones' challenges involve unpreparedness in teaching multi-grade. So low multi-grade allowances, the experience of stress, language barrier, classroom management struggles, lack of resources, dangers in going to station, workload, and lack of stakeholder support and lack of trainings. So next is, if you are Mrs. Jones, how would you use the advantages of multigrade teaching to make your workload lighter? So many advantages we have experienced through teaching and learning in a multigrade classroom. So reduce competition of task behavior, academic, physical and social competition between peers is reduced as the anxiety and preoccupation of having to complete and compare oneself to their peers. So next, state the factors contributing to the existence of some of the multigrade schools in your area. So the factors contributing in some multigrade schools are cultural factors, socioeconomic factors, benefits of multigrade teaching, richer learning environment, greater community involvement, and development of health competition, and the last is greater understanding between learners and educators. Next is, in two column, list what you think are major benefits of multigrade teaching both the teachers and the learners. So, for the teachers, so they have opportunities to genuinely help younger students learn. Next is, their teaching helps from clarify their own learning. Next is, the cognitive development and self-esteem of both younger and other students are improved. So for the learners, first is helping to develop students' social, emotional, and verbal skills and self-esteem. So next is enabling students to learn at their own pace. So third is building a caring, child-centered, and project-based learning environment. So next, what are the similarities among these case studies in the manner in which multigrade teaching is practiced? So the similarities are they teach one or two grades in that school. So next is, what are the differences in how multigrade teaching is practiced in these countries? So multigrade schools are those which have classes that combine students of different ages and different abilities in one classroom. A multigrade class involves students of different ages and developmental levels, which with different skills and learning abilities learning together with one teacher. Next is, discuss why you think multigrade teaching must likely be the only type of schooling available in this community. So the term multigrade teaching generally refers to a teaching situation where a single teacher has to take responsibility for teaching pupils across more than one curriculum grade within a timetabled period. So, schools with multigrade class are referred to as multigrade schools. So next is, my previous school is not a multigrade. So I have here a case study in another community. So for 5 years, Edwin Elbabera, however, multigrade teaching is not only the greatest challenges in her career as a teacher, it is also her most fulfilling and significant accomplishment. So in 2020, teacher Edwin started as a multigrade teacher in a far-flung area in the municipality of Badian in Cebu. As a novice educator handling multi-level pupils combined in one class, she had to cope the daunting challenges of teaching in a diverse classroom and nurturing learners of different ages, behavior, and learning abilities. So, teacher Edwin did her homework and so much more. She read a lot of books for her to understand how multigrade teaching works. After voluminous reading and consultation with other teachers who handled multi-grade classes, she was able to fine-tune her teaching style. Next is, the benefit that I use is the social benefits of multi-grade school. because the cognitive development and self-esteem of both younger and older students are improved. So strong teacher-student relationship, lighter time with the same teacher can increase trust, understanding of expectation, and positive relationship between teacher and students as well as teachers and parents. So next is reflect on your performance as a teacher someday of a multi-grade class. How can you be more effective in your class? So as a future educator someday, I manage in order to be effective multi-grade teacher must utilize very good planning and develop teaching and learning strategies especially targeted for their classrooms. Above all, I must be dedicated and willing to work hard to overcome the problems and the peculiarities of multi-grade education. Next is identify and discuss the factors that contribute to the establishment of multi-grade schools. So, the factors contributing to the establishment of multi-grade are cultural factors, socioeconomic factors, benefits of multi-grade teaching, richer learning environment, greater community involvement, development of health competition, and the last is greater understanding between learners and educators. The last is outline and analyze the benefits of multi-grade teaching. So children who remain with the same teacher are primarily the same class for multi-years, enjoy a stable and reliable environment. So the mix of ages and abilities provide many opportunities for students to collaborate and learn from each other. Older students can take or more mature roles, mentoring the younger students. So again, this is Mary Grace Elmer Sola signing off.